Hello and welcome to Transfer News Podcast. I'm your host Archer, and we're diving into the latest happenings from the Premier League transfer world. Now, I have to be honest with you today, the transfer rumour mill seems to have taken a bit of a breather, because most of our stories today are either about Celtic, who last time I checked aren't quite in the Premier League yet, or they're those wonderfully vague evening transfer headlines that don't actually tell us what the headlines are. It's like getting a menu that just says food available. Technically accurate, but not particularly helpful. But let's work with what we've got and see if we can squeeze some Premier League gold out of these stories. First up, we've got Celtic agreeing a deal to sign Nygren according to Sky Sports. Now, while Celtic aren't Premier League, transfers like this can sometimes have knock-on effects for English clubs, particularly if it affects the Scottish market that Premier League sides often scout. Moving on, Sky Sports has put together their usual comprehensive roundup of Premier League ins and outs, covering all the signings and exits so far. These roundups are always fascinating because they give us the bigger picture of how squads are shaping up across the division. Next, we have some interesting comments from Frank about Ange being a Tottenham legend and wanting to create more memories. This touches on the ongoing narrative around Tottenham's identity and ambitions under their current management setup. There's also mention of Wednesday evening transfer headlines from Sky Sports, though without the specific details, it's hard to dive deeper into what's actually happening in the market. We're also seeing some action from Manchester City's Club World Cup campaign, with news of a winning start despite Lewis receiving a red card. These competitions can sometimes influence transfer thinking as managers assess squad depth and player performances on the global stage. Finally, there's news about Reijnders and Cherki making their Manchester City debuts in their Club World Cup win. New signings getting their first taste of action in City colours is always noteworthy, as it gives us early indicators of how Pep Guardiola might be planning to integrate these players into his Premier League squad. That wraps up today's transfer roundup. Admittedly a quieter day than usual, but that's the nature of the transfer market. Sometimes it's a roaring bonfire, sometimes it's barely glowing embers, but we'll keep watching the coals for you. Want to win your fantasy Premier League mini-leagues? Join Fantasy Football Hub today with 30% off using our link in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in to Transfer News Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Visit us at transfernewspodcast.com and make sure you sign up for our daily newsletter at mail.transfernewspodcast.com to stay on top of all the latest moves. Until next time, keep your eyes on the transfer ticker.